Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prasadeshwar Prabhu, can you hear me, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Are you ready, Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhu.
We are ready, Prabhu. You can start.
1 second. Can be volume.
You are in the temple, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, okay. Oh, it's a wallpaper is a Zoom wallpaper. Okay.
Oh,
The wallpaper.
I connected my Zoom, so there are two connect.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. We are very fortunate to have the association of His Grace Prasadeshwar Krishna Prabhu, who will be sharing the pastime from Srimad Bhagavatam and Krishna book on the topic the killing of Bhaumasura. And happy Deepavali to all the devotees. Thank you, Prabhuji. Over to you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Jaya Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Yashodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari जनवल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल श्रील प्रभुपाद की समवेत भक्त वृंद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की हरे कृष्ण. So we welcome all for this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Dirayate Nastyaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamastoke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurudinatarinam. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama. So, part of Damodar month, we're discussing each day one pastimes of the Lord, especially killings of various demons. Today we'll discuss about deliverance of Narakasura or Bhaumasura. We'll read one sloka. It's from 10th canto, 9th chapter, 25th verse. Bhumiruvacha Namaste Devi Devesha Shankachakra Gadadhara Bhakte Chopatha Rupaya Bhakte Chopatha Rupaya Paramatman Namostute Bhumiruvacha Namaste Devi Devesha Shankachakra Gadadhara Bhakte Chopatha Rupaya Paramatman Namostute Bhumiruvacha Namaste Devi Devesha Shankachakra Gadadhara Bhakte Chopatha Rupaya Paramatman Namostute
Bhumiruvacha Namaste Devesha Bhakte Chopatha Rupaya Namaste Deva Devesha Bhakte Chopatha Rupaya Namaste Bhumiruvacha Namaste Deva Devesha Shankachakra Gadadhara Bhakte Chopatha Rupaya Paramatma Namostute.
Synonyms. Bhumi Uvacha, the earth goddess said, Namaha, obeisances, Te, unto you, Deva Deva, of the lords of the demigods, Isha, O Lord, Shankha, of the conch shell, Chakra, disc, Gadha, and club, Dhara, O holder, Bhakta, of your devotees, Icha, by the desire, Upatta, who have assumed, Rupaya, your forms, Parama Atman, O Supreme Soul, Namaha, obeisances, Astu, let there be, Te, unto you. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The goddess Bhumi said, obeisance unto you, O Lord of the chief demigods, O holder of the conch shell, disc and club, O supreme soul within the heart. You assume your various forms to fulfill your devotee's desire, obeisance unto you. So just to give you background, particularly the chapter before this, the Krishna's various pastimes of getting married to various, specifically the 5 principal queens. Then the Pandavas requesting Krishna to build the kind of a palace. So this is the background, the previous, but here we discussed the killings of various demons. Yesterday, Gokusana Prabhu was talking about the Bhaumasura and other demons killings. So today we'll discuss about deliverance of Bhaumasura or Narakasura. So this is maybe coincident, or yesterday Naraka Chaturdashi, today Deepavali. So so he said that third day of Deepavali is Naraka Chaturdashi, the day Narakasura was killed. Narakasura or Bhaumasura, the son of Mother Bhumi from Varahadev. So I was just going through this. One way, how fortunate is Narakasura. Other way, what he has done. So of course, finally killed by Lord, but the various activity he has done. He has got the nickname Asura because of his various activities and his associations. So that's the point we try to discuss today. Why we should have an association of devotees and we should avoid others, And also, if time permits, we'll discuss about Deepavali for some time, if possible. So in the 59th chapter, the first verse, Parishit Maharaj is asking, how was Bhaumasura, who kidnapped so many women, killed the Supreme Lord? Please narrate this adventure of the Lord Shanghadhanavas. So for this, Sukadeva Goswami replies, after Bhauma had stolen the earrings belonging to Indra's mother, along with Varuna's umbrella, the demigod's playground at the peak of Mandhara mountain, Indra went to Lord Krishna and informed him of these mysteries. The Lord, taking his wife Satyabhama with him, then rode on Garuda to Pragyajyotishapura, which was surrounded on all sides by fortification consisting of hills, unmanned weapons, water, fire, wind, and by obstructions of Murapasha fire. So here Sukadeva Goswami explaining how Narakasura did, what kind of deeds all did. He stole the earrings of Mother Aditi. He stole the umbrella, and he stole the playground, and so many atrocities against Devi Devatas. So this is the mood in which Narakasura was working against the devotees specifically. Now the question was discussed here is that why Lord took Satyabhama? Normally Kshatriya, when goes to the war, it doesn't take his wife or consort along with. Why specifically here? So in the purport, Prabhupada writes in the second and third purport, right? Prabhupada quoting Sridhar Swami, he says, Lord went to give his adventurous wife a novel experience. Also, Lord Krishna had once granted blessings to Bhumi, the earth goddess, that he would not kill her demonic son without her permission. So Satyabhama, the Bhumi, the expansion of Satyabhama, and so here Lord wanted the permission from Mother Satyabhama, Mother Earth, because since he has given the boon, without her permission, he never wanted to kill demon Narakasura. So in the Srila Prabhupada in the further writes, I will give you the whole tree of flowers. So this is the narration between what happens after that. So Prabhupada writes here that thus the Lord scheduled this procurement of heavenly tree within this itinerary. So Krishna's itinerary is to go to the city of Narakasura's palace, and he has got one more plan. After that, what is going to happen? So that's another point Srila Prabhupada brings here. So that is a pastime like once Narada Muni gave one parijata flower to Rukmini. Naturally, Satyabhama also wanted. But so there was a little heartburn. So that time Lord Krishna promised that Jagannath Baldev Subramaya ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So that time Lord has promised, don't worry. Why you're looking for one flower? I'll give the full tree. So that promise was there. Now Krishna arranged the both together. So Prabhupada says it's itinerary. When we go to different places, we make our plan, right? Okay, morning go to this place, evening go to this place. So Krishna has planned his itinerary in such a way that so after killing Narakasura, what is going to happen? He has planned that. So these are the two purposes. So why Lord took Satyabhama? That one, Satyabhama should see how this demon Narakasura and did the injustice to Devi Devatas. And also, Prabhupada later writes that seeing the way Narakasura fight, immediately the Bhumi Devi or Satyabhama will say, kill him. So that's the time Krishna is waiting. When she says, kill him, he'll kill him. So with this, now in the third canto, Srila Prabhupada writes, quoting Srila Vishwanath Thakur, that the heat of the battle, Queen Satyabhama would naturally become anxious for Lord Krishna's safety and pray for the battle to end. Thus, she would readily give permission to Krishna to kill the son of her expansion, Bhumi. So, normally, no mother wants her son to be harmed or killed. That's in Kannada there is a people saying that Magu Hegganadru Taige Preeti. So whatever the child, mother will never want to give up the child. But here, mother Satyabhama or Bhumi, seeing the situation, she will give permission. So that's another lesson we should understand, that mother will take whatever the weight of the child, but the demonic mentality she will never take. So Mother Earth also here, there is a pastime when Krishna appearing, before Krishna, how Bhumi Devi went and prayed to Lord that there's so many demonic, I can take their weight, but I can't take their demonic mentality. That demonic activity I cannot take anymore. That weight of their demonic mentality is more than their physical weight. So that's what here, so Krishna is waiting. So, and that time Krishna will kill. Now, here explained how this Bhaumasura or Narakasura, with the help of Mura, the demon, how the security has built, the fortification. The Bhagavatam later explains that he has so many hills, unarmed weapons, water, fire, wind, and so many. And he also said that the Mura Pasha wire, the electric wire, and the poisonous gas, it's all surrounded one after one. Such a highly secured city he has built. Today's world, we can't see that, even the nuclear weapon or it's much more than that. Such a very, very secured city he has built. Of course, how Krishna just smashed everything one by one. So later we'll see that. And here in Prabhupada, one particular place writes that the stroke given by Bhaumasura, just a great elephant feels the impact of a garland. During the fight, how this Mura and Narakasura, how they're fighting with the Lord, and each of their weapons, Prabhupada quoting from the Bhagavatam, says that this is just like a garland, the elephant, somebody putting garland on that. That's kind of a. So the point we try to debate today is about why Narakasura, even though son of Lord Varahadev himself and Bhumi Devi, such a fortunate soul, but why did he become such a demon? So the point is mentioned is that it's associated with the Bhaumasura. So it's associated with another demon. That is the change. So Prabhupada says that even though the Lord is equally well-wishing to everyone, the unfortunate living being, due to bad association only, is unable to accept the instructions in toto. See, each word of Prabhupada, he says, is only is unable to accept because his instruction in toto due to bad association. So the bad association that stops us to taking to Krishna's the final instructions. So we know the final instruction, Sarvadharma Parityaja, surrender unto me. But somehow we are the living entity not able to take up because of our various bad association. So here Prabhupada says, for this, Lord is never to be blamed. He is called well-wisher for the devotees only. He appears to be partial to his devotees, but factually the matter rests on the living being to accept or reject the equal treatment of the Lord. Lord is never partial. Lord is equal. Samaham Sarvabhuteshu, he says that. But here we, the living entities, not able to take the instructions in toto. So the word toto is in full. Otherwise, we take whatever I want, I take whatever I don't want, I reject. So here, that is a purport in a first canto Srila Prabhupada writes. So in Haribhakti Bodhaya, it says that a person gradually acquires the characteristics of a company he keeps, much like a gemstone which lends some of its own color and sparkle to the other substances in touch with it. Therefore, a person can become pure devotee in the saintly association of devotees. So our characteristics is depending upon with whom we associate, with whom we deal with. Generally in the material world also we see, like if my friends are such nature, I naturally tend to become or influenced to become like that. So that's why, especially for devotees, very, very important with whom we associate. So, especially, of course, brahmachari is not much problem, but for grihasthas, those who work outside, it's a little dangerous situation, like, especially the corporate world. It looks so nice, so attractive, and many times it's so nicely justified also. Yeah, we are supposed to work, we are supposed to earn, it's our duty. There's nothing wrong in that. So, and many times we justify saying that no, I'm preaching, so it's part of the preaching, so I'm associating with them, I'm going with them, part of the preaching, right? And I justify myself, and situation may be such that I may not even know where I landed. The consciousness will be naturally influenced by that. So when we associate, there are two aspects: the taking association and giving association. Are we getting influenced by the characteristics, or the words, or their nature, or we are influencing them? That is the difference. So when we deal with the people, if we are influencing them, we are giving association, or we are getting influenced by them, we are taking, and we may end up going their pathway. So one of the places, His Grace Gauranga Prabhu, he gives example of kabaddi. Those who play kabaddi, first thing, when they go to the opponent team, right? They go to the opponent team, but one thing compulsory, they should keep chanting. What? Kabaddi, kabaddi, kabaddi. Keep chanting. Similarly, when we go to the opponent team, we go out of the devotee association to the the other preaching or working, whatever, but always keep chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Never give up, because as soon as he stops chanting kabaddi, he has to come back. He cannot stay there. So similarly, when you go to opponent team, when we forget to chant the holy name, we should come back. We should not stay there. And second thing, the person who rides other side, he doesn't keep quiet there. He looks around where whom to touch. Immediately you want to touch somebody and come back. He will not stay there. Similarly, when you go to the corporate world or preaching, we should bring somebody, and we should not stay there, because if you stay there, you will get caught. They will put you out. So this is a lesson we should understand when we associate with. And as soon as come back, because this side, the team is waiting for us, because the line is there. Once you cross the line, they'll pull you inside, but they will not cross other side. So we should always to know, I should come back and enter this line. So the temple is the line. We should not go out the temple, the preaching without association devotees. And whenever you go, as soon as come back, don't stay, don't get influenced, don't get carried away by them. So that's why here written that material world is temporary, and sat means spiritual. So satsanga means spiritual association. Satsanga mukta daha sangha says. So for devotees, it's always in association with devotees is a must. So in one of the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, cheating oneself and cheating others is called kaitava. Associating with those who cheating in this way is called dussanga, bad association. Those who desire things other than Krishna's service are also called dussanga, bad association. The second sentence is, those who desire things other than Krishna's service are also called dussanga. So, when we deal with the people, their motive is important. If their motive is not to serve Krishna, not to associate with Krishna, not to do devotion service, then Prabhupada says that's also the sangha. So sometimes Maya will trick such a way that he's nice devotee, well dressed, nice tilak, but we don't know what is inside it. So we have to always see that person, what he does, what is nature, what is the activity he's doing it. That's most important. The external view may not give you the internal. We should always see what activity he does. So that's why when associate with devotees, we should always do this check. And next, if you go on to the fight between Mura and Narakasura with the Lord, so few translation will read. The 500 demon Mura, who slept at the bottom of the city's moat, awoke and rose out of the water when he heard the vibration of Lord Krishna's, the Panchajanya conch, the sound as terrifying as the thunder at the end of the cosmic age. So here, when Lord entered, he broke all the fortifications what the Narakasura and Mura has built, and Lord finally, lowers your conscience. So that's the time Mura comes out, and the shining with the blinding, terrible effulgence of the sun's fire at the end of a millennium, Mura seemed to be swallowing up the three worlds with his five mouths. He lifted up with his trident and fell upon Garuda, the son of Taksha, like attacking the snake. Then with the two arrows, the Lord Hari struck the trident flying towards Garuda and broke into the three pieces. The next, the Lord hit Mura's face with the several arrows, and demon angrily hurried his club at the Lord. So this is the fight is going, how he attacking Lord and also he attacking Garuda. With this, finally, Mura was killed. The lifeless Mura's deposited body fell into the water like a mountain, whose peak has been severed with the power of Lord Indra's thunderbolt. The demon's 7 sons, enraged by their father's death, prepared to retaliate. Then, ordered by Bhaumasura, Mura's 7 sons, Tamra, Antariksha, Shravana, Vaibhavasu, Vasu, Nabhavaswan, and Aruna, followed their general Pita on the battlefield bearing their weapons. So Lord killed the Mura. Then all the children also been killed. Then Lord and his wife mounted on the Garuda looked like a cloud with the lightning sitting on the above the sun. Seeing the Lord, Bhauma released his stringent Satagni weapon at him, whereupon all the Bhauma's soldiers simultaneously attacked with their weapons. At the moment, Lord Gadgaraja shot his sharp arrows at Bhaumasura's army. These arrows, displaying the variegated feathers, soon reduced that army to a mass of bodies with the severed arms, thighs, and necks. The Lord similarly killed the opposing horses and elephants. So, with this, all the opponent been killed. The Bhauma, the frustrated in all attempts, took up his trident to kill Lord Krishna. But even before he could release it, Lord cut off his head with his razor-sharp chakra as the demon sat top of his elephant. So finally, when Narakasura was killed, according to Srila Vishwanath Thakura, the Bhauma raised his invincible trident. Satyabhama, sitting on the Garuda with the Lord, said to Krishna, "Kill him right away." And Krishna just did that. So Lord was waiting for this instructions or permission from Mother Satyabhama that to kill. So here the goddess Earth approached Lord Krishna and presented him with the Aditi's earrings, which Narakasura stole and which were made glowing gold inlaid with the shining jewels. She also gave Vaijayanti flower garland, Varuna's umbrella, and peak of Mandara mountain. Whatever Narakasura stole was been returned by Mother Earth. Now Bhumi Devi is praying to the Lord. So the sloka what we read just now, this is the sloka one. Further few more slokas we will recite. Nama Pankajanaಭಾಯ, Nama Pankajamaline, Nama Pankajanetraya, Namaste Panchagangre. So this is the same slok or prayers Kunti Devi offered to Krishna. So Prabhupada translates this. My respectful obeisances are unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with the depression like lotus flower, who are always decorated with the garland of lotus flowers, whose glances are as cool as a lotus, and those feet are engraved with the lotuses. Maybe somebody want to recite this prayer. One more. Namo Bhagavate Tubhyaya Vasudevaya Vishnave Purushaya Vichaya Purna Bodhyate Namaha. Obeisance to you, the Supreme Lord Vasudeva Vishnu, the primeval person, the original seed. Obeisance to you, omniscient one. Somebody want to recite?
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vishnave Purushaya Vijaya.
Okay, here it said that Shishuka Vacha. So Sukadeva Goswami says that thus entreated by the goddess Bhumi in words of humble devotion, the Supreme Lord bestowed fearlessness upon her grandson, and he entered Bhaumasura's palace which is filled with the manner of riches. Here, Mother Bhumi Devi brings the grandson, the the son of Narakasura, and asking for benediction for him. So it's the other side. You see Prahalad. Prahalad was born in a demonic family. Because he associated with Narada Muni, he became a great devotee. Here, this Narakasura, even though born from Lord and Bhudevi, but because he's associated with Bhanasura, he became a greatest, Now, but at this stage also, Lord, when Bhudevi came and requested, he gave the fearlessness, what is that called, Abhaya to the son of Narakasura. So that is the mood in which Lord, reacts to the situation. So in Bhagavatam is mentioned that how Lord entered this palace, and all that after that, how the queens inside. So there are 16,100 queens were Narakasura abducted, kidnapped from the various places, and you are kept there inside the palace. So Lord entered the palace. So here is mentioned that all those princes were lodged in different apartments, and the Lord simultaneously assumed different bodily expansions, exactly matching each and every princess. He accepted their hands in the perfect rituals by his eternal potency. So, Lord, how expanded himself is not that one person, Later we see how Prabhupada explains this. So here also Prabhupada is quoting from Advaitam Achyutam Anadin Ananta Rupam Adyam Puran Purusha Navayuvanam Cha Vedesha Dullabha Dullabha Atma Bhaktu Govindamadi Purusha Tamaham Bhajami. Lord Govinda, whom I worship, is the original personality of Godhead. He is not different from the innumerable planetary expansions who are all infallible, original and unlimited, and who have eternal forms. Although he is primeval, the oldest of the personality, he is always fresh and young. So here Prabhupada is quoting, he has got so many expansions, how he expanded himself simultaneously, and of course later is explained how he married all the 16,100 queens simultaneously, and giving everybody the same message. Actually, Prabhupada next says that in the one of the purport Srila Prabhupada says there's nothing wonderful in this pastime. He says because nothing special, because for him is normal. So expanding himself or marrying 16,000 nothing. It's a very, very silly for him, and that's why Prabhupada says there's nothing wonderful in this. For him, we may think that how can he expand? So here, that's why whatever pastime Lord does, because there is no limit for him, right? It's unlimited, so he can do anything. He can be the smallest of smallest. He can be the biggest of biggest. He can do whatever he wants. So that's why he says he simultaneously married them in different palaces, the same auspicious moment, the same time in different places, everything same. But each queen sees that Krishna is there. So that is the pastime we did that. So here talking about how the Lord gave the fearlessness. So in one of the lecture, Madhya Leela, Prabhupada in the translation, he says that it is my hope that if one only once seriously surrender unto me, saying, my dear Lord, from this I am yours, and praise to me for my courage, I shall immediately award courage to the person, and he will always remain safe from the time on. Sakrateva parapanno yes, tasmat smitacha vichate, abhayam sharvadi tasmat tasmai Tadhami yeta pratham mama. So this is taken from Ramayana, where Lord giving this benediction to when Vibhishana came and surrendered. Even though that time others like Hanuman, Angada, they kind of had a doubt. Is this, spy of Ravana? How can we accept it? So here, one of the lecturers mentioned that Lord at that time said, so he declared Vibhishana as Lankesha. Even before the war has happened, as soon as Vibhishana came and surrendered, Lord Ram said he is Lankesha. So means the Lanka was already given to him. So the others asked, like, how is that possible? Ravana is still alive. So Lord said, it's only a question of time. He will go. Then they asked, what if Ravana comes and surrender? So that's the time Lord says, I'll give my Avidya to you. This is the mood in which Lord reciprocates the fearlessness or the surrender. So that's why the translation says, it is my woe that if one only once seriously surrender, only once we seriously surrender, Lord has taken woe that he will give up everything. So, one of the class, some devotees asked Srila Prabhupada, how long requires to fully surrender? Srila Prabhupada says, 1 minute,
Moment.
1 moment. That's it. So all that requires that one small desire or strong desire to surrender. That's enough. Lord is taken. That's why many times said that between me and Lord is only one holy name. If I take that one holy name sincerely from the core of heart, my life is succeeded. So that's why here said that. And he says, from the day, he says, from this day I am yours. What is that we have to pray? That from this day I am yours. So that is the prayer. And this, I shall immediately award courage to that person that he will always remain safe from that time. So what he'll award? He'll award courage, fearlessness, that I don't have to worry for anything. And that Lord will give. I don't have to endeavor anything after that. All that I have to desire strongly that, yes, I will surrender to you. That's enough. Then Lord takes over. Lord takes over of my life. And he will make sure that I'll remain safe. And from that time onwards. And he will arrange everything for us. So it's only that one moment that is required to make our life success. Once the decision is made, once that that full surrender is taken, then you don't have to worry. But whenever that thought comes, immediately decide. Otherwise, it becomes difficult. Sometimes, when we want to give something to the Lord or donate, somebody asks, maybe in the mood, sometimes we say yes, or sometimes we think, well, I'll come back tomorrow. That tomorrow never comes. Because once go home, mind changes. Either I think of so many other things, or so if that moment, if I give it, I'm successful. If I don't give, it's gone. So similarly, whatever is that, immediately give it, immediately surrender. So that's the point here. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says that in whatever transcendental mellows my devotee worship me, I reciprocate with him that natural behavior. Amakite ye bakate bajaye ye bhave, tare isi bhave baje ye mora swabhave. He says ye mora swabhave. My nature is that. My swabhava is that. Whoever surrenders, I'll give. But only I'm expecting or the sincere surrender. So that is the behavior we should imbibe. Srila Prabhupada in the purport writes that Lord, by inherent nature, reveals himself before his devotees according to the inherent devotion service. The Vrindavana pastimes demonstrated that although generally people worship God with the reverence, and Lord is more pleased when the devotee thinks of him as his pet son, personal friend, or most dear fiance, or renders service unto him with such a natural affection. So Lord is not expecting the awe and reverence. He is expecting that in the love and affection. And with that, like how Mother Yashoda wanted always control or always protect the son. She never thought Krishna as Supreme Lord. He is my son. I want to take care of him. I want to protect him. Otherwise, he'll get spoiled, or the demons will kill him, or others harm him. This is the thought process. So, with the same way, we should deal with the Lord. So, if we reciprocate with the Lord that mood, Lord also reciprocates. Like how Prabhupada says, as a pet son, or as a dearmost devotees. So with that, though, we will move on to few topics about Deepavali. We'll cover and then end it. So Damodar Leela happened today. So Deepavali day. So it's we offer lamp on Deepavali day daily. So Acharyas mentioned that whatever diya, the ghee lamp, we burn or offer to the Lord. Whatever sin I have done, maybe this life or so many lives, it gets burned when you offer to that. So that lamp is lamp of love, a lamp of gratitude. With that mood, like in the previous verse said that, with that mood, if I start offering that, my life becomes successful, because that is the reciprocation Lord is expecting. That's why it's called the festival of light, Deepavali. So sometime especially in Kannada, if we say Diwali, it gives a different meaning. But of course, North India people call Diwali, they may not understand Kannada, but Kannada Diwali means insolvent. If I say wish you happy Diwali, means you can't. so it's Deepavali. So in this particular point, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur also quoting from Vaishnava Toshni of the Sanatana Goswami says that incident of Krishna's breaking pot, the yogurt, and being bound by Mother Yashoda took place on Deepavali day or Deepa Malika. This time for us to look into our inner light, improving our consciousness. So that light we should put in on my own heart and see what is that inner consciousness, so that I can improve my own life. Like how when Lord Ramchandra came back to Ayodhya with Mother Sita and Lakshman, how Ayodhyavasis lit the whole Ayodhya with the light, with the lamp to welcome Lord. Similarly, we can welcome Lord into our heart with that, removing those ignorance in my heart. Because wherever there's light, there's no darkness. When that ignorance removed my heart, the Lord will be able to come to my heart. So that is the mood in which we should celebrate Deepavali. If you look at the Treta Yuga, how Lord came back. So in Dwapara Yuga, the same incident, same time, Lord runs out of the house. Mother Yashoda with a stick chasing, and Krishna is running. The other side, Treta Yuga, devotees welcoming Lord. Here, a little, maybe we may not say contradiction, but this is two pastimes. And we see this pastime how Mother Yashoda bound Lord, and we normally say that is a punishment. But many of the acharyas says it's not punishment. Actually, Mother Yashoda wanted Lord to be bound in heart. Never leave Lord from heart. So this is a symbol in which she wanted to keep the Lord in her heart. That's why she's binding the Lord, to keep Lord in her heart. So that's the Lord here. He is running, out of fear. Where in the previous verse, the Lord says that one who, even moment, he says, surrender, I'll give the fearlessness. Here, Lord himself runs out of fear of Mother Yashoda. So, okay, so Deepavali generally has got the 6 days, the Go Puja, Dhanvantri Puja, Naraka Chaturdashi, Lakshmi Puja, and Govardhan Puja. And this last one is Bhai Dooj, they call in Hindi. So the few points here, normally in society we celebrate Deepavali without knowing the significance of why we celebrate Deepavali. So this Go Puja also, many times people do it just for the sake of the Go Puja, get some cow and do some arti and so. We don't take care of cows. Mother cow, that caring or protection of cows not happening. So there's so many things in the society as practicing devotees we can do, which we are not doing it. Even using the cow products in our day-to-day life, or even rejecting the items made of animal products like leather bags, whatever it is, leather shoes, or to the extent rejecting in a shop which sells meat, don't go and buy. So, or being vocal about it, telling them that because you are selling beef or selling leather, I'm not going to buy from you. So that message, if given, that awareness given, naturally, the protection to the cows will happen. Because there are so many villagers, they are actually struggling. I myself know how difficult it is taking care of cows. Because I know my brother has got cows. When he sells the cow, when the milk to the Nandini, they reject, they don't buy. They want buffalo milk. Because they say it's not up to the good quality. So even desi cows, they don't buy the milk. So what else will do? How the farmers will, survive and how they can take care of the cows. So we, as at least practice devotees, we should take the step. So this is the kind of a service we can do, Go Mata, not just doing the arti. Do one step how we can protect. Of course, Dhanvantri, Naraka Chaturdashi we discussed. Another point is Lakshmi Puja. Normally in the society, generally they worship Lakshmi without Narayana. So that's another point. We always worship Lord Narayana with the Lakshmi. Without Narayana, Lakshmi is not worshipped. So, and Govardhan Puja, anyway, tomorrow we're going to celebrate. So we'll not discuss on that. So just to conclude a few points here, how Srila Prabhupada given us this such a wonderful gift of Deepavali as a charity of Krishna consciousness to the whole world. How he has made whole world into Krishna consciousness today. He has given nice temples, nice beautiful deities, which we can't see any other temples. There are so many our Vishnu temples, but the way we ISKCON decorates the Lord daily 3 times and various seva happens, which may not happen. Even as in Udupi also, they do so many upacharas, but that the decorations and the beauty which deities which doesn't happen in. So this is the contribution of Srila Prabhupada. And the books what Srila Prabhupada given, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, NOD, NY, Nectar Devotion, Nectar Instructions. These are the scriptures for the next 10,000 years, which will be the law books for the future. This is what Srila Prabhupada, this contribution on this material world is immense, which nobody can beat. It said that Srila Prabhupada's books, he never would have said that, oh sorry, I made a mistake, let me correct it. No. Whatever written, such a perfect word, perfect sentence, perfect situation. And many of the universities today, take that book. And of course, the most wonderful prasadam, how whole world is eagerly waiting. Many times we go out, into the street for Sankirtan. When there is a prasadam gig, the people come running. Even little, they want something. So that is the most important. Now Srila Prabhupada changed the hippies with this, ISKCON bullet. That prasadam changed the consciousness. And of course, the festival, Srila Prabhupada has given so many festivals. Every day is festival. Of course, greatest festival, Janmashtami, Gaur Purnima, Radhashtami, Balaram Jayanti, Narsimha Chaturdashi. All this, and this Deepavali also, Govardhan Puja, Naraka Chaturdashi. All this, the great festivals has given. So, because Jiva want to enjoy, we want to celebrate, right? That's by nature. So Prabhupada has given every day different activities given so that we can celebrate such a way that being in Krishna conscious. Otherwise, we may end up in going outside with the material, associations. Of course, most important is the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram.
So just to conclude here, so son of Bhumi, Bhumi Devi, who was Varaha's son, how he's become demon because of association with, and any kind of material protection cannot protect us. How the Mura and Banasura, Bhaumasura made so many fortifications, but Lord just thrashed them. So, but at the same time, Lord provides a fearlessness to one who surrender for a moment. And Lord's marrying 16,000 queens, 16,100 queens, all this, there is nothing wonderful about it because he can do anything. And let's celebrate this Deepavali with the Krishna consciousness, bring all auspiciousness. And let's thank Srila Prabhupada for giving us this wonderful association of devotees. Hare Krishna. Om Tassat. And stop here. Any comments, any feedback, corrections? Bhumi. Yeah.
One question. As you had mentioned, that we should be careful of amongst devotees also the motives, what they are doing, but we may end up judging, and that can be a mental offense. So they generally tell we should not judge. Very difficult to judge what is the motive, and we will not be. So then, how do you balance?
Okay, maybe I'll ask this one, but I'll repeat the question so that those who on Zoom can. Vanamal Prabhu is asking question. So we said that we should, associate with the devotees also in what mode. So how do we judge? Should we judge a devotee? So my understanding could be we don't have to judge, but definitely we have our seniors, we have Siksha Gurus, counselors. So we always discuss with them and see with whom I am associating with whom I am, mingling with. So that is the point we need to understand. So generally, properly given Guru Sadhu Shastra, the check and balance, right? If this check balance is there, generally we should be safe. Of course, within the Prabhupada's mission, these check and balances followed, we are safe. Any other comments? Swam Prakash Babu. So never ending. Okay, please repeat 6 days. Okay, one is, I'll put the slide again. Generally, we celebrate first day as a Gopuja, Govardhan Puja later. But the significance is different. Rani Mataji asked, 1 second. Go Puja, Dhanvantri Puja, Naraka Chaturdashi, Lakshmi Puja, Govardhan Puja, and Gayatri. These are the 6.
It starts in Dwadashi.
Oh, sorry, there are so many comments. They could not hear. I didn't see the message.
Now we are
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhu.
Oh, sorry. You
Very,
could
very
hear,
nice.
Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. It was very clear. There was no. I think in the starting something was there, but it was very, very clear, and we learned a lot today. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Wonderful.
Sorry for that. So, any comments from the devotees online? Any feedback, corrections? We are muted. Ravi Rochana Prabhu. Somebody is mentioned.
Yeah. Sorry. I've just unmuted. Please go ahead to ask your question. Very sorry about this.
No, Prabhu, a lot of information, but the thing is, we could not see the slides at all.
Oh, sorry, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Sorry, I didn't realize it.
Yes, Prabhu. And that is why we had to ask you to repeat the 6 days. The Bhagavad Gita, we could not get it and all that. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Loads of information you have given us. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji.
Before we conclude, I just want to say one thing that, tomorrow's class will start at 8:30. Tomorrow we have the special class for Govardhan Puja. It will start at 8:30. So devotees are requested to take note of the timing, please.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. I think.
So we can end here.
Yes, Prabhu. We can conclude here. We'll take Jai. Prabhuji, can we have the darshan of the deities?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe you'll have to remove the background.
Yeah,
Only then we'll be able to see it. Yeah, sorry. You can take your time.
Remove the background, it says.
Yes, Prabhu. And then
I'll do that.
And then wishing all the devotees a very, very happy Deepavali. Yes, Prabhu, now it's fine. Yeah, we can have darshan.
Okay, thank you.
Shri Jagannath Bali Subhadramai Sudarshan ki jai. लक्ष्मी से भगवान की जाए, गौर नेताई की जाए, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जाए, तुलसी महारानी की जाए. दामोदर की जाए. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जाए. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Shall I end the meeting?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Dandavat. Hare Krishna.
Dhanavad Prabhu.
We just end the session now.